It's impossible to walk through New York City without hearing Pop Smoke's music throughout the streets. In February, the 20-year-old rapper was shot and killed during a Los Angeles home invasion that saw 5 men get arrested in connection to the murder. At the time, Pop Smoke was at the forefront of the burgeoning Brooklyn drill scene. Now, with the release of his posthumous #1 debut album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, we get a chance to hear Pop further cement his legacy.
Yeah.
I think that's why it was so easy to work with him, because it was always one of those things where he was like striving for perfection. Through the album, if you listen to a lot of the content, he's saying that throughout the whole album. He's like, shoot for the stars, aim for the moon.
That's Steven Victor, music executive and head of Victor Victor, the label under which he signed Pop Smoke. Victor played a pivotal role in overseeing Pop Smoke's ascension to stardom from the jump. He sat down with Genius News to break down Pop's album and his lasting legacy on hip-hop.
I was like, yo, we should just focus and hone in on this sound. This should be your sound for now. From there, you'll have like a staple sound and you could expand on it. But for you to be like a staple and be like a career artist and be like a superstar and be a global artist, you have to have a specific sound that you do the best, that everybody has to come to you to get.
With Pop Smoke's grizzled voice behind frequent collaborator 808 Mello's sinister production, the two couldn't be stopped.
You listen to the records, like his voice is like the main instrument. Even on the drill shit, it wasn't typical because he was find like melodic pockets in drill beats. I didn't know that it was the same producer that was making all the beats. I didn't know that Mello had did all of the records that I liked. Listen, him and 808 was a force.
The chemistry between Mello and Pop was apparent throughout the album, as you felt Pop's ominous tone immediately on the Mello-produced intro track, Bad Bitch from Tokyo.
Bad bitch from Tokyo, drip from Italy, smoking rusty rum, got it for A to P, Christian Dior, B-22s.
Then there's the lead single, Make It Rain, where Pop links up with an early star of the borough's drill scene, Rowdy Rebel, for a track that's sure to make waves in neighborhoods worldwide.
I make it rain on whoever, I make it rain at whoever. Bitch, I'm a dog, a blue devil. I got the hoes like you have.
When I first signed him and we were working on the mixtape, his thing was always, I want to be a global superstar. So he always had like different records. Like he had Afro records. Like I said, when I signed him, he had R&B records. He had a bunch of different records. So his album, he always wanted his album to have like that sound where that could travel globally.
On Something Special, Pop flips to Mia's 1998 classic, So Into You, where he's crooning out for love.
I think you are something special. I take you on a shopping spree, 'cause I'm so into you.
With Pop wanting to prove his versatility as an artist and aim at global stardom, it's no surprise that the album had a touch of Latin flair. On Enjoy Yourself, Pop takes flight on a smooth ride, collaborating with reggaeton star Karol G, giving a nod to his Afro-Latino roots.
I'm Panamanian, so my grandma called me Papa, like, you know what I'm saying, since a kid. But my name on the street when I was a kid was Smoko Guwap, like that was my IG. So the homeboys didn't want to call me Papa, so they called me Pop, and they just mixed the Pop with the smoke, and they just came as one.
You don't gotta put your cup down, hold up, drink freely, and holler at me if you need me. Baby, you should enjoy yourself. Boy, stuck need no help.
Me monté en el Phantom, bebé, prendo el booster. Me gasté 5,000 en un booster. Todo high fashion, no te couture. Si no eres tú, otro hombre me aburre.
Alongside Karol G, the album has a slew of features from some of the biggest stars in the game, like Future, Lil Baby, and Roddy Ricch. Putting posthumous albums together is especially difficult when it comes to features, something Genius covered in early 2019. But when it came to Shoot for the Stars, Victor had no issues finding artists to join the album.
For the feature list, he already had the songs. He already knew who he wanted on it. So it wasn't difficult for me because it was always like, he already said, like, yo, we're going to put this person on this song. We were always in the studio and we would have conversations and we were working on the album. So it was really just about getting people on the album, getting people on those songs that he wanted them on.
For Pop, a feature didn't feel right unless it was organic. He collaborated with artists that he genuinely vibed with. That's why we see Shake the Room collaborator Quavo on the album multiple times.
Him and Quavo just had like an incredible chemistry and they made great songs together. So who am I to take Quavo off because he's on more than, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, snitching. Niggas be out here snitching, damn, go snitching. Niggas be out here snitching,
With Pop's hulking voice and street stature, he always drew comparisons to his New York counterpart 50 Cent. The two had a special relationship, as 50 not only served as a mentor to Pop, but also co-executive produced the album. On the 50 Cent and Roddy Ricch assisted cut The Woo, 50's influence runs clear through Pop as he references 50's 2005 hit Candy Shop during his verse.
Let me take you to the candy shop, show you all I got. I put diamonds on your chain to match your diamond ring.
I take you to the candy shop, I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead girl, don't you stop, keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
As well as Got It On Me, where Smoke interpolates 50's 2003 single Many Men Wish Death.
Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on many men.
Many men, many men wish death on me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me.
I knew how much he admired 50. The fact that I was able to introduce him to 50 and make that connection for them to have their own relationship, and the fact that 50 took on him so well and like really genuinely liked him and cared for him, to me, like I said, that it's a great feeling.
As far as Pop's legacy goes, Victor knows that his impact will be felt forever.
His legacy will be that, you know, he came in the game, he changed it, he did it his way. Kid from Canarsie that made it through all of the odds. And he showed kids that you could do whatever you want to do. You just got to put your mind to it. Because he didn't compromise, he did it exactly how he wanted to do it. He left a mark on the world, you feel me?
What do you want your impact to be on the music industry? Like 100 years from now, you want people to remember Pop Smoke did that, he did what?
Pop Smoke came in and changed the game. Pop Smoke came in and showed them niggas a new vibe. You know, the whole sound, the whole vibe, the whole movement. Different.
I'm Joe Ali for Genius News, bringing you the meaning and the knowledge behind the music. Long live Pop Smoke.